ultimately, we have to go to the root. We have to go to the cause. Dealing with the condition itself is not enough.
Dear Mr. Massa, I'm just trying to mind my own business. What's the matter? It's just another day, another black king captured. I'm about to lose my brain, stuck inside this ghetto rapture. I got a lot of smoke. If you want it, you can have it. They want a hat trick, but this is black girl magic. Ain't talking about the kind that'll make you disappear, but I'm talking about the power of the melanin within. Ain't looking for trouble, but I'ma say this one time. I put two dukes up if you try to touch mine. We still want justice for Samir and Trayvon. You say you don't see color, but racism ain't blind. They targeting little kids whose skin look just like mine. So I'm paranoid, it's a war zone outside. And I'm a black queen, so if you ask me to step out of my car, you gon' have to snatch me. Cause I ain't going no damn well. Had to spend my whole life living unfair. Ancestors got my back and they right here. You can never understand, it's a nightmare. Living in my black shoes by the black rules. You can keep your handshake, I don't dap coon. The white man to go nuts if he can't shoot. But you all on his side like a damn fool. Make it make sense.
We are oppressed.
Queen.
We are exploited. We are downtrodden.
Make it make
We are
sense.
denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Ahmadiyah.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Ahmadiyah.
oppression and exploitation
Queen.
away from us or aside from us is come together
Queen.
against the common enemy. Who taught you to hate the texture of your
Ahmadiyah.
hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin?
Ahmadiyah.
Parents, pay attention to the books, the school system, even to your little children. Lies mixed with wisdom. His skin too bright, so he was blind to the prison. My skin just right, so I collide with division. You trying to pray to God, but we tired of religion. No savior saving, we got to save our savings. We used to pay miss, how we gon' make the slave rich? But who's to blame, and tell me why you complaining? We need a team effort just to rule the nation. Like a bad relationship, missing communication. We missing moderation. They're trying to get a poison to my population. No reparations. I'm getting tired of Satan.
We are oppressed.
Queen.
I'm getting tired of waiting.
We are downtrodden.
Queen.
We are denied not only civil rights, but even
Government should not and
It's the one and only queen of receipts, the dropping gems in these YouTube streets. The lawyer Royce, nowhere to go. Tune in for the infamous morning show, giving the news that you need to know. So don't you dare miss a wake-up call. Then in the evening, I got all for y'all. Get your dose of daily vitamins. You know the queen makes it make sense. So true.
Mira esto.
Məndən çox hediyə yedim, gəldim Allah. Ana
Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning back in once again to the original Queen QueenAShakur show. I'm your host, Queen QueenAShakur, and this is your daily vitamins. So, as you're coming in, please feel free to go ahead and subscribe to the channel. If you haven't done so already, be sure to click that notification bell and click the word all so you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. Okay, so let's get into it. Everyone, please hit that like button. It doesn't cost you a single thing. All right, show your appreciation. With that all being said, don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Dr_A_Shakur, TikTok at Dr. A Shakur, and Twitter at DGoddess27. And as per usual, if you don't like the Queen is cooking, please exit stage left. Okay, hello, most hated bronze flat power god, Dragon Lily, we the people. All right, above all that drama, Miss Cookie, Lock the Vegan is here, TC Dan, Sheila. All right, Nita's and Mike's World. Let's get into it. Nessie X. Okay, shout out to Perplex. All right, all of my moderators in the chat. Auntie Leah is here. Above all that drama, 504 Nola. Lewis is here. Fat Boo. Okay, let's get this party started. Buckhorse DC. Okay, so shout out to all of my loyal royals and everyone tuning into the Queen. I see you, Priscilla. Darius is in the house. Okay, so y'all know what time it is. Are they going to let Diddy out of here today so he can enjoy Thanksgiving with his family? Let's get into it. I see you, Byron. I'm going to share my screen so we can see what's going down. All right, so we can get these updates. Okay, here we go. Now, right now, everyone's patiently waiting just to see what's going to pop off. While we're waiting, okay, I'm going to check into some things and I'll play a tune or two for you guys while we wait. How about Haters on the Corner? Another Queen Amadaya production.
Haters on the corner, they talking real loud, spreading on lies, trying to bring me down. Enemies lurking, but I won't back away. Got a vision in my mind, I'm here to stay. Got my crew beside me, we rise like a tide. When the storm gets rough, we ain't gonna hide. Popping pillars swilling, but it won't touch me. Only love around, that's how it's gonna be. Keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's an unstoppable track. In the city lights where dreams collide, we hustle through the night, fire in our stride. Whispers in the dark can't dim my glow. With rhythm in my soul, I'm ready for the show. We break the chains, rewrite the rules in this concrete jungle where nobody's fools. Unity sings louder than the lies they scheme. In the heart of the struggle, we dare to dream. Keep moving forward.
Okay, so with that all been said, listen, we're waiting for the updates. I have someone who's reporting live from inside the courtroom. Okay, they're sending out their tweets. They haven't posted anything yet. They just said stay tuned. And so, but let me just tell you guys something. So last night at about 11:23 p.m., the feds sent Diddy's team an email. And in that email, they were talking about the Brady versus Maryland. Okay, basically, this says that, it says that, hold on. Yeah, so anyway, this is a case where the government held that exculpatory evidence. Hold on, let me just pull this up real quick so I don't misquote. Hold on, beloveds. Likes up, please. Like and share. Let me cut the music back on until I get my receipts together. I'm getting ahead of myself here. Pay attention.
With rhythm in my soul, I'm ready for the show. We break the chains, rewrite the rules in this concrete jungle where nobody's fools. Unity sings louder than the lies they scheme. In the heart of the struggle, we dare to dream. Keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's an unstoppable track. Haters on the corner, they talking real loud, spreading on lies, trying to bring me down. Enemies lurking, but I won't back away.
Okay, so here we go. Now listen up. So they sent Diddy's attorneys an email last night at 11:23, I guess trying to beat the deadline before they got to court today or whatever. And they basically were talking about the Brady rule, okay, which is named after the 1963 Supreme Court case, Brady versus Maryland, which requires prosecutors to disclose all material exculpatory evidence to the defense. Okay, now exculpatory evidence, mind you, is evidence that's favorable to the defendant and can be used to exonerate them. So that's what they were sending Mark Agnifilo, okay, or the rest of the Diddy's team. Now, here's the duty. The prosecution has a constitutional duty to disclose this evidence regardless of whether it's requested or withheld intentionally or unintentionally, okay? And so if a Brady violation is discovered during trial, guess what? They can declare a mistrial. All right, please pay attention. Okay, please pay attention. Prohibit the prosecution from using unfavorable evidence that could be discredited by the withheld information. Helping to ensure the defendant's right to a fair trial under the 5th and 14th Amendments, due process. Okay, this is just what I told you all the other day, basically. Now, I just wanted to read it so I could say it verbatim rather than paraphrasing so as not to confuse anyone. Okay, so y'all heard that. So we're going to see how this is all going down. But please pay attention. Okay, still waiting on those updates. Still waiting on an update. Now, while I'm waiting, let me just pull up some legal docs for you guys to keep you guys occupied while I pull up these court filings. You all listen to this.
It's me now. You're my truth now. I'm here to speak and make it clear. I'm sorry, y'all, for all I've done. But I'm not the only one. In a dark place, I told some lies, but I'm not the only one. We all got secrets under the sun. In the shadows, we played the game. Now I'm standing here taking the blame. A lot of y'all was at the freak off too, so don't put it all on me. That's just the truth. I've been up and down this road trying to find my peace. Confessions of a man without a release. Oh, now, hey. In the mirror, I saw the truth hiding in plain view. I'm coming clean now. This burden to undo. We were all there dancing shadows in the night, acting wrong when we knew what was right.
Okay, so I see somebody said we got to add Denzel to the footage now. Okay, Denzel needs to sit down somewhere. Now, with that all being said, we're going to get into some of the filings. I'm not going to read this whole thing, but we're just going to do this to preoccupy ourselves before the guy starts posting, the journalist who's inside the courtroom right now as we speak, before he starts posting the updates. I'm still waiting. I'm checking back and forth. Okay, so with that all being said, let's get into it. Likes up, everyone, please. Don't forget to like and share. So here's the thing. So Tini Garagos filed this on yesterday. Okay, it says Tini Rose Garagos Krishmaswamy declares as follows. I am a partner at Agniphilo Trader LLP, counsel for Sean Combs. I am licensed and in good standing to practice law in the states of New York and California, and I'm also admitted to the United States District Court for the Southern District of New York. The declaration is based on my personal knowledge of the facts stated herein and is submitted in reply to the government's response for docket 69 of Mr. Combs' renewed motion for bail, docket 60. Now, Mr. Agniphilo and I began interviewing witnesses for this matter in April of 2024 after the Department of Homeland Security's raids at two of Mr. Combs' residences and on his person. Mr. Agniphilo stated examples of these interviews at the bail hearing on September the 17th of 2024. So Ms. Garagos and I have interviewed half a dozen of these males. We have been as busy as the government has over the last 6 months. Now, this was September the 17th, the day after Diddy's arrest, and this is what Mark Agniphilo was telling them, basically, that they had been interviewing witnesses, or they'd made efforts to interview some of these witnesses, okay? So they interviewed a half a dozen of these males. Okay, so they talk about other violence in their bail letter, and they are talking about a kidnapping from 2011. And I know exactly what they're talking about because we interviewed, I know who the person was who who was allegedly kidnapped. Miss Garagos and I interviewed her in Los Angeles. We took a statement from her. She certainly didn't use the word kidnaps. Okay, please pay attention, honey. Says she certainly didn't use the word kidnapping with us. I won't get into what she did say, but let's suffice it to say there is another side to that story. And one day that other side might be told. Okay, now are we going to continue to interview witnesses? Of course we are. We take pains to stay out of the government's way. We don't know who the grand jury witnesses are, and honestly, I won't get into the details. If I think they are talking to someone, I will pull up short. Okay, I don't want any problems. Do I want to speak? We both know pretty much everything, And after Mr. Combs's indictment on this matter, the government and I began negotiations over the protective order because protracted discussions. Okay, we did not come to an agreement on terms until on or about October the 4th of 2024. Okay, see docket 25, the letter motion attaching protective order. Now, this court entered the agreed upon protective order on or about October the 7th of 2024. That evening, the government produced their first production of discovery material to the defense. This production included the government's search warrants and their supporting affidavits. Now, even without the benefit of the government's discovery, Mr. Agnophilos and my investigation continued. In the beginning of October, our investigator traveled to the blank to interview multiple witnesses. He had planned to interview people in blank, blank, and blank, and blank. Okay, they got this stuff redacted. Now, on October the 2nd of 2024, our investigator was in blank interviewing witnesses. He then traveled to blank to interview blank, and we believed many have important information related to the investigation. On October the 3rd of 2024, I met with my client at MDC and discussed blank with him. We discussed blank and blank. They're redacting the names and the places of where they spoke to these people. Okay, that's what it seems like they're doing. Okay, so please pay attention. Now, see docket 69 at 21. Now, this individual who, as the government states, has previously publicly detailed the physical abuse that she suffered, remained romantically involved with Mr. Combs on and off until less than a month before victim one filed her November 2024 lawsuit. I sent Mr. Agnophilo and our investigator the following message. Okay, that's completely redacted. It says the next day our client made the call in which the government transcribes, and then it's redacted. It says the last part of the sentence, which is not included in the government's brief, but is in the exhibit, states, okay, and that also is redacted. It's a lot of redacted information in here for whatever reason. Now, on October the 7th of 2024, we received the government search warrant affidavits. It became clear to me from blank that victim 3 was considered an alleged victim by the government and that blank. Okay, with this information from the search warrants affidavits, blank. Therefore, after October the 7th of 2024, I have not reviewed any discovery where Mr. Combs states on any calls or in any emails to anyone to contact victim 3. Instead, Mr. Combs focuses on potential witnesses to address victim 3 and possible allegations. Okay, then it lists all of the docket numbers. Now, there was never any instruction whatsoever that Mr. Combs or counsel would blackmail victim 3. Now, the government's response addresses Mr. Combs' contact with witness 1. A blank the search warrants affidavits received on October the 7th of 2024. And then there's a bunch of redacted information. Then it says who the government describes as witness 1 in the document, now 69. Prior to reviewing the government's search warrants, I was unaware that the government put witness 1 in the grand jury. So he's basically saying he didn't know that Cassie was going to be testified at the grand jury, I guess, because she's allegedly witness number 1 from what we have seen thus far. I mean, in that affidavit. I first learned of witness 1 when Mark Agnophilo and I were in Miami, Florida, meeting with our client at his home. As part of our defense investigation, we have discussed several individuals with whom Mr. Agnophilo and I determined that we should interview as part of our defense investigation. So on June 24th of 2024, Mr. Agnophilo and I traveled to continue our investigation. And there's a bunch of redactions. Mr. Agnifilo and I met with Mr. Combs at his home in Los Angeles. Mr. Combs called witness 1 at blank. Mr. Combs made his phone call in our presence. Bunch of redactions. Then it says, I memorialized this conversation in writing at the time. And on June 27th of 2024, after blank, Mr. Agnifilo and I blank. Okay, on November the 20th of 2024, the government made available for inspection blank and blank, victim 1 and witness 1, which corroborates this witness's statements. On July the 8th of 2024, I believe I contacted witness 1 for his attorney's name and contact information. Mr. Agnifilo and I spoke to witness 1's attorney, who declined to make his client available for interview. Now, this individual, as the government states, is Mr. Combs's blank. Okay, the government writes that Mr. Combs said that he has blank. Now, this has nothing to do with blank. He goes on to talk about blank. There is no indication in this call or any others that I have received in discovery and listened to that he wanted to distribute blank or videos of victim 1 to the media. Instead, he says blank, blank, and blank. Now, Mr. Combs says next, here Mr. Combs is referencing an unreleased music video of a song called Stay, Part 1 from his September 2023 album called Love. Okay, he states blank but blank. It is my understanding that blank, i.e. dropping songs and music videos anonymously, is regular practice in the music industry. It is also my understanding that the music video for the song was never blank. I reviewed this music on the evening of November 20th of 2024 and can confirm that this music video does not reference victim 1. Okay, let's stop right there and see if there's any updates. This is all very interesting. So, what are they saying exactly? What are they saying exactly? Hold on. Okay, so no updates yet. Doesn't look like there's any updates yet. So they're clearly talking about Cassie, and then saying that her and Diddy were on and off, and all of this. And oh hell no, I said, child, I was working too hard. I almost missed y'all, family. Okay, but anyway, let's continue because this is all crazy. Okay, here we go. Okay, so they're talking about this music video now, saying that I reviewed this music video on the evening of November the 20th of 2024 and can confirm that this music video does not reference victim 1, which would be Cassie. I guess they're trying to imply that Diddy was harassing, and by they, I mean the prosecution. Are they trying to imply that Diddy was harassing Cassie by referencing her in a music video? But the defense is saying that's not the case. Now, because individual 1 is Mr. Combs' longtime videographer, I had asked him to provide me with all videos that he had access to of victim 1, as these videos are responsive to request number 23 in the corporate record subpoena. He provided me with these videos, and on October 29th of 2024, I produced 13 videos regarding victim 1. Now, some depicting her and one depicting my client regarding her. Now, this was provided to the government as part of our rolling subpoena compliance. On November the 12th of 2024, individual 1 contacted me and stated that the lead case agent approached him and that they were going to meet the next day. I instructed my client immediately to cease contact with individual 1. Now, it is my understanding that BOP inmates receive 300 minutes of phone calls per month, with an additional 100 minutes per month in November and December. Okay, as I understand, inmates will frequently use other inmates' minutes to allow for more than one call in 1 hour in a 1 hour period. More calls once their 300 minutes expire. After Mr. Combs was incarcerated, the government advised me that they were aware of many contraband cellular devices in the MDC and asked if I would change Mr. Combs' iCloud passwords. I agreed. To date, I have been unable to do so, but have represented to the prosecutors that Mr. Combs does not have, nor does he use a contraband cellular device. So contactmeasap.com and prison calls have been monitored, recorded, and reviewable by SIS officers. That's SIS officers at the MDC. These communications, with the exception of legal video teleconferences, has subsequently been produced to the government. Now, since Mr. Combs has been incarcerated, I have been aware of his use of contactmeasap.com, though I did not have an understanding that this was unauthorized. I have spoken multiple times with an administrator of this website and confirmed that this method of communication utilized the Bureau of Prisons True Lines/Core Links system and was monitored by BOP officials. We are able to monitor every message Mr. Combs sends and receives. My understanding has now been verified through the government's discovery because we have received Mr. Combs' contactmeasap.com messages. Now, the government never instructed me to refrain from having him to use the service, nor has the BOP. Mr. Combs is no longer using contactmeasap.com as of November the 16th of 2024. On November the 13th of 2024, the government produced their sixth production of discovery to the defense. Included in the production was USAO, and it's got the numbers and all of that. Then it says which blank blank from the Intercontinental Hotel incident in March of 2016. Okay, they're clearly talking about the video of Cassie. Now, remember, guys, I told you that an expert witness is going to be coming to court today, supposedly, or at least they offered to have one come in. Now, this is something that was filed today. Okay, United States versus Sean Combs. Dear Judge Subramanian, the government respectfully submits this letter. Okay, this is the prosecution. Okay, they're responding to what Diddy's attorneys sent out. The government respectfully submits this letter in advance of the hearing scheduled for November the 22nd of 2024 in connection with the defendant's renewed motion for bail and in response to the court's inquiry about the relevance of the bail package ordered with the government's consent as to the defendant Michael Jeffries in the United States versus Jeffries. Okay, because remember, I told you guys the judge asked them the other day something about why Michael Jeffries, the Abercrombie and Fitch former CEO, why he was getting bail basically and Diddy was not. So this is what the feds had to say about all of that. While Jeffries allegedly also engaged in efforts to conceal criminal activity, including through the use of surveillance and threats of litigation to ensure victims' silence, that alleged conduct ended in 2015. Here, however, the conduct charged against Mr. Combs extends all the way through 2024. And even since being charged, Combs has continued his obstructive conduct, including by repeatedly flouting the orders of this court and the rules and regulations of the BOP. For all the reasons cited in the government's opposition, it strains credibility to believe that Combs will stop engaging in criminal conduct and abide by conditions of release. Okay, that was the second point they made. Now, the third point is the history and characteristics of the two defendants are significantly different. Jeffries is 80 years old with no criminal history. Combs is decades younger. Further, he has been arrested and investigated multiple times for crimes of violence and obstruction, and as described above, has repeatedly violated BOP regulations and the very same gag order that he demanded that the court enter. In sum, Jeffries is materially different from the instant matter. For the reasons stated above and in the government's motions, the defendant's renewed motion for bail should be denied. Respectfully submitted, Damian Williams, United States Attorney. United States Attorney. So that was their response to that. Clearly don't want Diddy getting out. Hold on here. Okay, so here's the update. Let me see what it says here. It says, Combs' attorney, Agnifilo, he says, as we sit here today, I'm not sure when legal was written on each of them. I'm trying to get to the bottom of it. Different members of the defense team was telling him to write legal on the pads. There is a photo of a pad without legal on it. Now, this is Mark Agnifilo coming clean, okay? Because remember, the prosecution already said days ago that they didn't know when the word legal was written on there. So now he's trying to say that, there's different members of their team that was telling him stuff and he doesn't know. So Combs' attorney, Agnifilo, then says, so it's clear that on November 1st, the sweep, they did not all say legal. Then the judge says, the pad you handed me, did it say legal on it on November the 1st? And then Mark Agnifilo says, I'm not sure. The judge says, moving forward, make sure representations are true. So calling them out on their BS already. There you go, Diddy. I'm sorry, but you might be standing in jail. Okay, because now it's looking like y'all just sat there and lied, which clearly somebody did. Okay? I don't know if Diddy lied to his attorneys or if the attorneys are lying or if the attorneys just had a miscommunication. I don't know. What do you guys think? Diddy is used to hold on, let me put my glasses on. I can't see too good right now. Diddy is used to crime that he can't even imagine playing by the rules. Yeah, but you said he can't even imagine playing by the rules. Okay. So anyway, let's go back to the legal docs whilst we wait for the. I don't expect this to last very long. Okay, I don't expect this is going to last very long, you guys. I'm just thinking that this might be over with pretty quick. I could be wrong. And so anyway, where we left off was with Damian Williams basically saying that they should not let Diddy out for these reasons that he's mentioned, and saying that his case is starkly different and, in contrast to Michael Jeffries, because this stuff that Michael Jeffries is accused of happened in 2015. But here's the question. If the stuff that Michael Jeffries is accused of happened in 2015, why is he just now getting arrested for it? I have several questions about that. Did you all think about that? Why is he just now being arrested? Because I reported on it actually back in January, I do believe. Okay, so that's it for the paperwork. So I guess we'll just sit here and wait and see what all goes down. Let me see if there's any more updates. Okay, not as of yet. So with that all been said, while we're waiting for further updates, we might as well go ahead. If he walk out of that building, I'm a windmill in the streets. Says, oh, hell no. I know, right? Make it all make sense. So, hold on. I don't want to close that tab because I got a video that I'm editing for something. Hold on. So, while we're waiting for the next update, we might as well talk about Jonathan Majors, because what I find interesting is that Jonathan Majors, his ex-girlfriend, Grace Jabari, has supposedly dropped her case against him. Hold on. Here it is right here. Now listen to this. What's really going on? Is she satisfied now that she's ruined the man's life and made him lose his whole career? Jonathan Majors, his ex-girlfriend, Grace Jabari, drops assault and defamation lawsuit against actor. This came out today, like this morning. Okay, so Jonathan Majors' ex-girlfriend has dropped the assault and defamation lawsuit. According to court documents filed on Thursday, November 21st, and obtained by People, Jabari filed a stipulation of dismissal with prejudice. Okay, Majors and Jabari agreed via their attorneys that all claims against defendant in the above captioned action are hereby dismissed with prejudice. Okay, meaning they can't be refiled. Now, Brad Edwards, a lawyer for Jabari, said in a statement to People on November the 22nd that we're glad this case has been resolved and the chapter is closed so that Grace can now move forward and begin to heal. The agreement comes after Jabari filed a civil lawsuit against Majors in the Southern District of New York back in March. So in the lawsuit, Jabari claimed that Majors exhibited a pattern of pervasive domestic abuse that began in 2021 and extended through 2023. Now, one of the alleged incidents occurred in September of 2022. Jabari alleged Majors threw her up against the up against the hood of her car, brought her inside their home, and started hitting her head against the marble floor while strangling her until she felt she could no longer breathe. I don't believe her, but let me continue. After the incident, Majors texted Grace asking her not to tell anyone about what had occurred. Ignoring the pain that her body was in as a result of the violence that was inflicted upon her, Majors expressed concern over his career. Okay, the lawsuit further alleges, saying that Majors was afraid of being investigated. So Jabari filed the lawsuit after the actor was found guilty of misdemeanor assault in the third degree, recklessly causing physical injury as well as harassment in the third degree. Now, this was all in last December in a criminal case that stemmed from an alleged fight between the both of them in March of 2023. The actor was found not guilty of misdemeanor assault in the third degree with intent to use, physical injury, and misdemeanor aggravated harassment in the second degree in that case. Jabari claimed in her March lawsuit that she was defamed following that conviction, okay, and prior to his sentencing, when Majors participated in an exclusive interview with ABC News, wherein he doubled down on his public attack, okay, of Grace, claiming that she is lying about the entire pattern of abuse as she described it, as he has never laid hands on a woman. If you are, okay, I was about to read this little thing. It's about domestic violence. So here's the thing. She dropped that lawsuit, and I just wonder why. They came to an amicable agreement, clearly. Luna said, Queen, I had to put my glasses on too. Okay. Y'all know I don't like wearing them. Okay, so here's another update. Let me see what it's saying here. Okay, so here's what they're saying now. Okay, AUSA says if he can't comply in a custodial setting, he will not comply if released. What type of security firm? They suggested a co-conspirator, one whose phone was taken only the day before. The second suggestion was a defense investigator in this case. AUSA then goes on to say that investigator has been out contacting witnesses, especially they work for him, or essentially they work for him. This would be the defendant buying his way out. Then the judge says, you've conceded that Bastani's bar does not apply here. You've cited his wealth to release him. So can't he use it? That's what he said. So can't he use it? This is what the judge says. Wait a minute. What is the judge saying? Now, let me read this again so I can get a full context because I'm confused. AUSA says the investigator has been out contacting witnesses. Essentially, they work for him. This would be the defendant buying his way out, to which the judge says, you've conceded that Bastani's bar does not apply here. You've cited his wealth to release him. So can't he use it? Are y'all hearing that? You cited his wealth to release him. So can't he use it? That's what the judge asked. What is he saying? That since you're complaining about Diddy having all this money and you're talking about his wealth, can't he use it? You've cited that as a reason. You've cited his wealth to release him, so can he use it? I don't know. We'll just have to wait and continue. Because what does that sound like to you guys? Sounds to me like the judge is trying to get Diddy up out of here. That's what it sounds like to me. Now, I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Diddy will flee like all the others, and Trump said these traffickers get the death penalty. I don't think Diddy's going to flee. Diddy's a whole narcissist. He's not going anywhere. If Diddy gets out, he's going to sit right there and do what he's supposed to do so he can go to court. Diddy is not going to flee. I don't think. I think Diddy thinks that he can prove himself innocent. I think that's what he actually thinks, being the narcissist that he is. If he gets bail, then I will have questions for the judge, period. Well, if he gets bail, I have questions for not only the judge, but the feds included, because I already told you guys, the feds are not making these foolish mistakes, accidentally. I think it's all by design. Vote blue no matter who says Trump has no room to talk. He's a menace to society. Okay. So songwriter Sonny says maybe a hypothetical question too sarcastic. Remind him how money has but so much power. Fat Boo says I can't deny he is a narcissist. Oh yes, absolutely. Absolutely, he's a narcissist. Okay, so here we sit. Let's have a little music. I'm gonna turn the music back on while I find you guys something to do. Well, I gotta keep y'all occupied so nobody gets bored. Okay, I don't want y'all getting bored up in here. Let's have a word from my sponsor real quick.
Do not buy 12 Tribes on Earth hair growth oil and hair magic elixir unless you want super healthy, gorgeous hair that grows. They have a whole line of amazing hair growth products, including hair growth leave-in conditioner spray, hair growth shampoo, hair growth spray, and hair growth butter. I'm starting to sense a theme here. They include quality natural ingredients. They smell amazing, and you can see the results for yourself. So if you're looking for healthy hair growth for your natural or relaxed hair, try 12 Tribes on Earth today.
Okay, so we have another update. Listen, you can purchase 12 Tribes for your hair. Fellas, don't forget that she has beard oil for you. And you can purchase it at Etsy.com. Just look for Lisa Crafts. And you can also find it at Walmart.com. Now, here's what now it says. Okay, AUSA says, he says, I want to reach jurors. I need only one. The judge says he's not permitted to engage in any conduct to impact the jury pool. The judge is asking, wait a minute, why is the judge asking these questions? This all has a question mark on the end. Now, either the person reporting this is putting the wrong punctuation or whatever. He says he's not permitted to engage in any conduct to impact the jury pool. And then the AUSA says his intent is obstructive conduct. He's violated the so-called gag order. He's the one who asked for that order. Then AUSA says the court entered the order on October the 25th. He started his campaign on October the 27th. He couldn't even comply for 2 days. The judge says, what about the Jeffries Abercrombie case where the government agreed to release on $10 million bond? Then AUSA says, we did a letter, and here's the letter. I think I already read you guys this letter. Hold on. The government respectfully, dear Judge Marion, the government respectfully submits this letter in advance of the hearing scheduled for November 22nd on 2024 in connection with the defendant's renewed motion for bail and in response to the court's inquiry about the relevance of the bail package ordered with the government's consent to defend Michael Jeffries. Yeah, we already read this. Because they're saying that the cases are different. The defense argues that in its renewal bail motion, that Combs is similarly situated to Jeffries and should similarly be. Oh, no, hold on. No. I didn't read this. This is another letter, not the one that I just read. Okay, so let me finish reading this. So it says, the government respectfully submits this letter in advance of the hearing scheduled for November the 22nd of 2024. And they submitted this today, so they must have done it earlier this morning. So it says, In response to the court's inquiry about the relevance of the bail package ordered with the government's consent as to the defendant Michael Jeffries versus the United States, or in the United States versus Jeffries, for the reasons stated below, the circumstances in Jeffries are inopposite and provide no support for the defendant's bail application in the instant matter. October the 17th of 2024, a grand jury sitting in the Eastern District of New York returned an indictment charging 3 defendants, including Michael Jeffries, with 1 count of S trafficking in violation of, and then they list the statutes, and in violation of another statute. Okay, as alleged, from approximately 2008 to 2015, Jeffries and his co-defendants operated an international sex trafficking and prostitution business. Jeffries allegedly paid for dozens of men to travel within the United States and intentionally to meet Jeffries and his co-defendants to engage in commercial sex acts. In addition, Jeffries and his co-defendants relied on a security company to surveil and intimidate witnesses who threatened to expose their misconduct. Following his arrest, the government consented to Jeffries' release on strict bail conditions, including a secure $10 million bond and home detention with electronic monitoring. The defense argues in its renewed bail motion that Combs is similarly situated to Jeffries and should similarly be released. But beyond superficial similarities, the high-profile positions of the defendants and S trafficking charges, the cases are materially different as to multiple factors that the court must consider under the Bail Reform Act. First, the nature of the circumstances of the offenses are substantially different, and while Jeffries' case, which spans from 2008 to 2015, alleges the use of force, fraud, and coercion to engage men in non-consensual sex acts, there are no allegations that Jeffries committed non-trafficking related violent acts or that he used firearms during the charged period. The indictment against Combs alleges both. Now, this is what the prosecution is saying in response to what the defense said. They're countering it. So with respect to the charged offenses, Jeffries does not include a racketeering offense. By contrast, Combs is charged with leading a racketeering enterprise. They keep coming up with excuses, honey. They do not want to let Diddy up out of there. The prosecution, at least they're acting like they don't want to let him up out of there. But I still have several questions. Okay, so now it goes on to say, AUSA says the cell phone footage was grand jury material and we didn't want the defendant to be able to retaliate against the grand jury witness. We did add blurry, okay, of the victim's face. In 2016, the defendant bribed hotel security $100,000 to make it go away. Now, first they said it was $50,000. First, they said it was $50,000. Now they're saying $100,000 to make it go away. Now, AUSA then says, does it matter if he threw a vase or the contents of the vase? He admitted to it and apologized for it. This took place in the middle of a freak-off. The U.S. has evidence a male commercial sex worker was in the hotel room at the time. Ooh, honey, this is getting juicy. Okay, please pay attention. Oh, Diddy, how's it all going to turn out for you? How is it all going to turn out for Diddy? I have several questions. Okay, please pay attention. This is all nefarious. What do y'all think? Once, if you think Diddy's getting out on bail today, don't be scared. Put your answers in the chat. Once, if you think that Diddy's going to be out on bail today. Twos, if you think that he'll still be in jail. Luna said, not in the middle of a freak out. Honey, this is getting all juicy. I'm going to tell y'all right now. You know what it sounds like to me? The judge sounds to me like he wants to let Diddy out because he keeps mentioning that Michael Jeffries case. He keeps mentioning that Michael Jeffries case. And each time he mentions it, the defense comes or the prosecution comes back with a different reason as to why Diddy's case is different. Okay, this is crazy, honey. We're gonna see what happens. I think I don't know. This is a hard one to call. Hold on, here's another one. Okay, here's another update says, AUSA says, this is devastating evidence for the trial. It shows why he cannot be released on bail. He's violent and is committed to covering up his crimes. Your Honor, please, for the love of God, Cassie, don't let him out. The evidence against him continues to mount. We've learned of punching and kicking, even employees and partners. Honey, they are doing the best they can do to keep Diddy's artists locked up. Like I said, let Diddy loose. Let him loose. Woo, honey, this is all so crazy. Y'all are so messy. Y'all know I have the messiest chat on YouTube. I'm about to ban this whole entire chat. Okay, I'm so sick of y'all. I'm so sick of y'all. Y'all just keep up the mess. Y'all just be keeping up mess. I can't stand it. And just for you guys to know, FYI, listen up, guys. Listen up, guys. Dragon Lily said the judge might let him out because he might not want to look bad. Honey, I think it's something else going on shady in the shadows. Miss J said that part. Keep him in there. He's dangerous and vindictive. Honey, this is all crazy. We're just going to have to see. They might let Dennis arse up out of there, honey. They might let his arse up out. Luna said, Queen, you have the best chat ever. You mean the best chat never? Okay, this chat is nefarious. And listen, I want you all to pay attention because listen, guys, today I'm going to be on doing a collab with Too Strong. Okay, I'm going to be on Too Strong's channel. I want you all to pay attention because remember, Too Strong is the guy that I told you I was calling out Courtney Burgess for telling all them damn lies. Okay, I showed you all his video. All right. So I'm going to be on there with him later on today. So y'all stay tuned. Tahira said, is this Judge Carter? Purple Light said, Queen, they know what Diddy have. He is going to shake things up. Yes. Fat Boo said, okay, cool, Queen. I like Too Strong. I do too, honey. Miss AJ said, do a video on Armageddon. Honey, this might be Armageddon if Diddy gets out. Please pay attention. M. Shanty said, that's awesome, Queen A. I followed them as well. Okay, good. So we all going to be having a good old time today, honey. All right. And we're going to have a good collab. And then I got something for y'all tomorrow and next week. Please pay attention. Now get those likes up. Hold on. Let me see if there's any more updates. Okay, here's the next update. It says, the judge says, Mr. Agnefello, Combs' lawyer, Agnefello then says, I'm going to have Miss Shapiro lead us off. Because he was obviously the judge is waiting on Agnefello to start it. And he says, I'm going to have Alexandra Shapiro start us off, lead us off. So then Shapiro says, he was not dragging her back to the freak off. The judge says there was dragging. Shapiro says, I don't mean to. The judge said there was kicking. Shapiro said he's apologized. What? Why did the judge act like he didn't already see this video? Talking about there was dragging, there was kicking. Judge, you already saw the video. Okay. And then Shapiro says he has apologized. As if that makes it any better. Okay. That doesn't do anything to take back the fact that he put paws and feet on Cassie. And why is Agnefello getting Shapiro to lead it off? He must be getting some paperwork together or something, looking for some paperwork. I'm thinking, this is all crazy. Luna said not dragging. Luna sat down somewhere. You know darn well he was dragging her. You know darn well Diddy was dragging her. Miss AJ said, Queen is so beautifully dramatic when narrating. Okay, I need to do an audio book. Judge done took some kickbacks from the sounds of it. Okay, what's really going on here? Hold on, let's see what's next. Okay, here's another update. The judge says, what about the 2018 text message with victim one about violence? Diddy's attorney, Agnefello, says, we have gathered more information about victim one even yesterday. I don't want to quote it because it's under seal and should be. It was consensual. Please stop lying on Cassie. Please stop lying on Cassie, Mr. Agnefello. Okay? The judge wants to know about that 2018 text message. Remember those text messages I read to you all? But that was in 2018. I actually thought it was 2016. So anyway, honey, let's stay tuned. Byron said somebody's trying to get paid under the table. Luna said, you do, Queen. Need to do an audiobook. Okay, I just might. Truth Brown said, Queen got me over here cracking up. Poetical Wind says, one of Diddy's head security guards just passed from pneumonia. Yeah, you're talking about Uncle Ron. Listen, Sad 10 says, am I allowed to spoil the outcome, Queen? I'm psychic. Go ahead, honey, let us have it. I'm psychic too. Okay, go ahead. Tell us what you know, beloved. Tell us what you know. Diddy's getting out. Truth Brown said, Diddy getting out, gonna send the alleged victims running. Darius says, Diddy Big Teeth having RS needs to stay in there, okay? Poetical Wind said, yeah, Uncle Ron, sorry if I'm late. No, it's okay, beloved. We talked about him this morning, actually, because it has now come out that 24 hours before he died, he accused Jay-Z and Diddy of wanting Biggie to be killed. This is all alleged. Okay, Jay-Z nor Diddy have admitted to any such thing, and all people mentioned are innocent until proven otherwise. Let's go back and see what they got going on here. What is this? Okay, this is something else. Hold on. Now I want y'all to pay attention to how Mark Agnifilo said he didn't want to quote it because it's under seal. So they talked to Cassie yesterday, but whatever they talked to her about, it's under seal. What did they talk to her about? That's why all that stuff was redacted in that paperwork. That's why all that stuff was blacked out, apparently. Said it's under seal. I don't want to quote it because it's under seal and should be. It was consensual. What did Cassie tell them if she in fact spoke to them? Fat Boo said, Queen, you can get back into Diddy's Demons and Tattoos on audiobook. Okay. Sad 10 said, bro ain't getting out. Oh, this is all getting real messy. Okay, let's have a little bit of entertainment while we wait. I'm going to pop in a video for you guys. Another Queen Amadaya production.
Haze on the corner, they talking real loud. Spreading on light, trying to bring me down. Enemies lurking, but I won't back away. Got a vision in my mind, I'm here to stay. Got my crew beside me, we rise like a tide. When the storm gets rough, we ain't gonna hide. Popping tennis swilling, but it won't touch me. Only love around us, how it's gonna be. Keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's an unstoppable track. In the city lights where dreams collide, we hustle through the night, fire in our stride. Whispers in the dark can't dim my glow. With rhythm in my soul, I'm ready for the show. We break the chains, rewrite the rules in this concrete jungle where nobody's fools. Unity sings louder than the lies they scheme. In the heart of the struggle, we dare to dream. Keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's an unstoppable track.
I was working those hips, wasn't he? The hips don't lie. Okay, here's the next one. It says, this is the judge. He says, I don't want to quote from them, but you know the ones I mean. Then Agnifilo says, we're proposing an independent security firm. There has been mutually regrettable physical contact going both ways. There was violence, but by this other person and by Mr. Combs allegedly. Not Mr. Combs allegedly, honey. We saw Mr. Combs being violent. Please sit down somewhere, Mark Agnifilo, okay? You should have said it was allegedly by the other person. Said there was violence from the other person. That's what he's saying. So now he's trying to make us think that Cassie beat Diddy's arse and that Diddy was defending himself. But how was he doing that when he clearly chased her down the hallway? This is all crazy. Bafana Duba says the freak offs is then harder to deny as being as salacious as purported. Okay. Mm, mm, mm. Tahira TFO says he spanked his own booty. My belly hurts. Yes, he did. You all are something else. Okay, hold on. Uh-oh. They pulling out the race card. You guys, here's what they're saying now. Combs' attorney Shapiro is speaking, and this is what Shapiro says. In the LaFontaine case from 2000, the defendant told someone to lie by phone from the MCC. In the Gotti case from 1996, the head of the Gambino crime family, the witness received a kick in the ass. The government does not have that here. So they're really going to bring up the crime families and said somebody got kicked in the ass and they don't have anything to do with this case? Because we don't have that here, Your Honor. Then Diddy's attorney Shapiro says, we cited the Trump case. Defendants have greater rights to speak than their lawyers. An Instagram post as well as, I don't know if I can, the judge must have cut them off and says, his communications from the MDC. Shapiro says, he says the prosecution is motivated by racism. Call Black Lives Matter and NAACP. So now they're pulling out the race card, honey. They just told the judge that the prosecution is motivated by racism. Now, I want y'all to make that make sense because the prosecution is black. Damian Williams is black. Now, what are they talking about? How is this even going to make sense? That's not going to fly. I'm sorry. Try again. Miss J said, so we clearly didn't see Diddy stomping and kicking Cassie. What the hell? Exactly. Okay. They are clearly desperate. Claudette said, don't even try it. Bafana says, oh no, Diddy still intended to take the stand? Yes. Yes, he absolutely is. This is unprecedented. I've never heard of such. Okay. In all my years of studying law, I have never heard of a defendant accused of such egregious crimes taking the stand, nor would their attorneys ever suggest that they do. But I'm willing to bet money that Diddy, being the narcissist and sociopath that he is, told his lawyers that he's going to do exactly that and they couldn't talk him out of it. I bet you that's how it all went down. Shoshana said, so we didn't see what we saw? Apparently not, according to them. This is all nefarious. Apparently not. Not motivated by racism. And why did they cite the Trump case? They said we cited the Trump case. Defendants have greater rights to speak than their lawyers. I want to know about this Instagram post that she was about to mention, or he was about to mention. But they said they don't know if they can, and the judge just cut them off. Y'all, this is all getting crazy. This is all getting real crazy. Truth Brown said, was Diddy so high he forgot he did all that? Okay, to them people? I don't know. East meets West says Trump probably on them Diddy tapes. Well, if he is, he better call himself out because Donald Trump Jr. said that Trump was going to expose the Diddy list. And remember, years ago, Diddy said that Trump left those parties early because Trump doesn't drink or smoke. Fat Boo says, pull the race card, pull the whole card too then. Okay, he was effed up. He was effed up, okay? Deborah says they're throwing out everything to see if something sticks. Yeah, that's pretty much what they're doing, beloved. That's absolutely what they're doing at this point. Clearly desperate. I mean, but I can't blame Diddy. I'd want to be out of there too. Okay, here's the next one. Combs' lawyer Shapiro says, this is covered by the First Amendment. Messages they point to are not instructions to lie. There is a barrage of negative media coverage. He has a right to respond to that. The judge says, why not through counsel? Shapiro says, oh, we're happy to do that. Well, then why didn't you? Okay, why didn't you? Because that's usually what people do. They respond through their attorneys. If somebody asks them or says something or whatever, when they have a active case like this, especially such a high profile case, the people usually speak out through their attorneys. Because even think about it, when Diddy's former bodyguard Joseph Sherman, aka Big Joe, when he was accused by Thalia Graves, his statement came from his attorney, and so did Janice Combs, Diddy's mother. Okay, when she responded to something, I can't remember what it was. She gave a statement about Diddy, basically, right? And that came via her attorney as well. So that is what people usually do. See, they're just trying to make asinine excuses for Diddy. Here's the next one. Okay, Diddy's attorney Shapiro says, but we're lawyers. It's not really what we do. Some of these recordings show that he's telling people, just telling the truth. Talk with my lawyer. The judge says, victim 3, you're saying the communications are fine? Shapiro says, yes, same on witness 1 and 2. Okay, we're going to see how this goes, honey, because the judge is asking a whole lot of questions and quite frankly, maybe getting a little bit annoyed with the defense at this point. Let me like this man's post. I'm sitting up here getting all his information and keep forgetting to like. Y'all, by the way, don't y'all forget to like. See how I remember to like this man's post as I'm using his stuff? Y'all make sure y'all get those likes up. Please like and share. Okay? Please like and share. If y'all don't start liking these videos, I'm going to start doing stuff for members only and y'all not going to be able to see it. Okay? Obsidian Blade says, is Janice his mom or aunt? Well, we're going to find out. That's what we're going to do. We're going to find out. Puffy Mark, and anyone who tries to excuse his bad behavior can sit down somewhere. Exactly. Okay? And by Mark, you mean Mark Agnifilo. Let's see what they're saying now. Hold on. Okay, still waiting on the next tidbit of information. I got to go back and like all of these posts that he's made because I just forgot completely. I'm also going to send him a donation just out of respect and gratitude. Thank you, Nita's and Mike's World said, I hit the like button, Queen. Thank you, beloved. All of y'all need to hit that like button, honey. Okay? It's thousands of channels on YouTube, honey. If you don't really like the Queen, why do you keep tuning in? You can go and listen to somebody else. Okay? Please pay attention. Cyrus said, salute to our Queen. They're at the original Queen Shakur show. Thank you, beloved. I appreciate you. Dorada said, the likes aren't liking. Get the likes up. Don't test the Queen. Okay? You better tell them, beloved. They need to sit down somewhere. That reminds me, let me just go back to the song Haters on the Corner, because clearly here they are again. The haters just don't want to like. Okay. Let me see what else is going on here. Uh-oh, here goes the judge. The judge says, what about the communications that are missing? To which Mark Agnifilo says, witness 1 reached out to Mr. Combs' counsel and asked us for a lawyer. We didn't do anything along those lines because it was an odd request. I don't know the factual answer. The judge says, how do you know no? First of all, witness 1, why would witness 1 be reaching out to Diddy's counsel to ask for an attorney? And are they still talking about the indictment? Because if so, then witness 1 is Cassie, unless they're talking about some of the other filings. What's really going on here? Okay, waiting for the next update. Another Queen Amadaya production.
Haze on the corner, they talking real loud. Spreading on light, trying to bring me down. Enemies lurking, but I won't back away. Got a vision in my mind, I'm here to stay. Got my crew beside me, we rise like a tide. When the storm gets rough, we ain't gonna hide. Rock and get us swilling, but it won't touch me. Only love around, that's how it's gonna be. Keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's an unstoppable track. In the city lights where dreams collide, we hustle through the night, fire in our stride. Whispers in the dark can't dim my glow. With rhythm in my soul, I'm ready for the show. We break the chains, rewrite the rules in this concrete jungle where nobody's fools. Unity sings louder than the lies they scheme. In the heart of the struggle, we dare to dream. Keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's an unstoppable track.
Another Queen Amadaya production.
Haze on the corner, they talking real loud. Spreading on light, trying to bring me down. Enemies lurking, but I won't back away. Got a vision in my mind, I'm here to stay. Got my crew beside me, we rise like a tide. When the storm gets rough, we ain't gonna hide. Rock and get us swilling, but it won't touch me. Only love around, that's how it's gonna be. Keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's an unstoppable track. In the city lights where dreams collide, we hustle through the night, fire in our stride. Whispers in the dark can't dim my glow. With rhythm in my soul, I'm ready for the show. We break the chains, rewrite the rules in this concrete jungle where nobody's fools.
Okay, listen, I'm about to take a survey. Federal cases usually don't have cameras in court. Exactly. That's why we just see a lot of paintings or, drawings or whatnot. So that all being said, what kind of music do you guys want to hear while we wait? I'm going to change it up. Do you guys want to hear some alternative hip hop or some old school? One's for alternative hip hop, two's for old school. Let me know what y'all want to hear because I'm about to switch it up. Okay, thank you. A milestone in the chat. Hold on, Des. Hold on. Let me find it. Queen, you are so appreciated by me and the royals giving you your flowers. Thank you, beloveds. I appreciate you. Peace, love, and blessings. So y'all want to hear old school? Okay, let's get into it. See how nice I am? I let you guys choose the music and everything. And some of y'all little low down selves don't even want to like the darn video. Clearly haters. Please pay attention. Okay, some people are saying Reno Shakur. Okay, Sean says the new Kendrick. I can't play Kendrick. That's a copyright strike, beloved. Can't play Kendrick. Now he did let us use his Drake diss because he removed the copyright from that so we could use, but can't play Kendrick. Sorry. Okay, I'll play Reno in a little bit. So now let's go to some old school.
I've got this feeling, it's growing deep. Wondering if in your dreams do I see?
I'm whipping on the midnight air.
Do you feel it when you know I'm not there?
Every time a move takes the stage, do you wonder who
Holds the same pace. Do you feel me in the nighttime glow? Am I there when your secret's so over? Do you tremble for my touch tonight? When all the world fades away, out of sight,
I'm calling the quiet of your mind.
do you search for love you left behind?
In the silence, do you hear my name? In all your
tearless shadows, my haunting tears are my shadow me to
If you ask for love, I love sweet too. Do we dance? We need to silver. As a heartbeat that I move away. Do you think about like every single day? You feel deep in the nighttime.
yeah, my bell when the hand isn't goes at all. And you think breakfast and I love my smile.
Another Queen Amadaya production.
When the dawn breaks and the stars have flown, do you reach for the dreams we brought? When the morning light's soft embrace, will you hold on to our time and space? Do you feel me when the world awakes? Do you wonder about the steps we take?
Another Queen Amadaya production.
I've got this feeling.
Complex says, Queen gonna have me start deep cleaning my house and cooking an entire spread like the old days, how my mama and them would do. Okay, my mother used to do that every Saturday, honey. Wake us up with that loud old school music. Now that song is called Echoes of Us. Pay attention. All right, that's another Queen Amadaya production. Let's go to another one. This is called Sweet Devotions.
In this moment of magic, the emotions got a groove so smooth. Velvet on skin, I'm feeling the rhythm. Let the love begin. Your warm embrace, it's a heavenly touch. Tonight is ours. Let's not rush. Move me with that sweet devotion. I need love that's like the ocean. Hold me close and make it last. Baby, don't let it go too fast. Let the sound of love fill the air. It's like a dance with moments to spare. Turning up the heat, let the passion ignite. In your arms, everything feels so right. Every heartbeat echoes our sweet song. Together, we can never go wrong. Move me with that sweet devotion. I need a love that's like the ocean. Hold me close and make it last. Baby, don't let it go too fast. We got all night. Let the magic unfold. A timeless love, a soaring.
Okay, so another update. Here we go. Says Diddy's lawyer Garrigo says, my client obeys me. For example, on victim 3, he stopped using ASAP and other phone lines. The messages with witness 1 were pre-arrest. He obeys us. He came to New York in the BOP when I tell him not to do or not so much as do something, he doesn't. Okay, so they're saying Diddy does what they tell them to do. Then Shapiro says, now that was Garrigo speaking. Then his attorney Shapiro says, I submit that the charges in the Jeffries Abercrombie case are worse than here. They allege an international sex trafficking business. They were raped and forced to engage in anal sex. Okay? And then he says, Eastern District of New York says this at docket 9. So they're trying to say that Michael Jeffries is even worse than Diddy. So they need to just go on and let Diddy up out of there real quick. I don't know if it's worse than Diddy, but clearly equally as nefarious, I would say. Okay, so
Let's not rush. Move me with that sweet devotion. I need love that's like the ocean. Hold me close and make it last. Baby, don't let it go too fast. Let the sound of love fill the air. It's like a dance with moments to spare. Turning up the heat, let the passion ignite. In your arms, everything feels so right. Every heartbeat echoes our sweet song. Together, we can never go wrong. Move me with that sweet devotion. I need a love that's like the ocean. Hold me close and make it last. Baby, don't let it go too fast. We got all night. Let the magic unfold. A timeless love, a story told. Feel the rhythm, let it be our guide. In your love, I wanna forever reside. Move me with that sweet devotion. I need a love that's like the ocean. Hold me close and make it last. Baby, don't let it go too fast.
another Queen Amadaya production.
I'm bored of a mint, twist big clean, travel far from slot machine, pass from person to machine, in the pocket leading me, watch me in their hands agree, flowing through a climbing speed, I'm the story, take the lead, cash bubbling underneath the speed. Beneath the cowboy, boots and spurs, tucked in leather, water served, crumpled up with polished bright. I'm a reason, dreams they climb from the honky tonk, the subway rise. Every pocket, every stride, every pocket, every stride.
Hold on, you all are tripping in the chat. Okay, Willard says, Queen, if he gets out, he's going to most definitely send goons to make witnesses change stories. Besides, last time, any kind of essay is worse. Okay, I get it. He thinks for once in his life he has to be accountable. Exactly. That's why they don't want to let his behind out of there. It's no telling what he'll do if he gets out. Okay, definitely going to be trying to contact witnesses or get somebody to do so. And I'm still trying to figure out who sent those PIs around to go talk to people on TikTok. I still have questions. Above all that drama says, Diddy been working on lame ass songs while in there. Fool got a single coming out. Who took my bussy lube? Oh my goodness, you are absolutely terrible. Okay. You are absolutely terrible. Willa Wright said for his crimes, he thinks that he can pay judge or government off, and like a witness, they go away. Sorry, no, Diddy, it don't work that way. Okay? You better recognize. Diddy, your arse is going down, honey. Nita's and Mike's World said Diddy's better off with a public defender. Y'all are something else, okay? Let's go back to the music.
cowboy, boots and spurs, tucked in leather, water served, crumpled up a pot of Sprite. I'm a reason, dreams they climb from the honky tonk, the subway rides. Every pocket, every stride, every pocket, every stride. In the hand of fortune, wild and free, from dusted towns, big city dreams, spinning pop through every scene. I'm a dollar rolling on the street, through deserts, sliding forest streams. I've seen it all, I'm the golden thing, from farmers market to Wall Street scheme. Keep me close on the currency dream. Through the mountains, under the skies, hear my whisper in your supply. Trading hands with a clean light.
Another Queen Amadaya production. Okay, so AM says, was getting ready to catch the last live and saw this one. I may be late, but I'm going to watch the Queen every day. Queen, thanks for your due diligence always. Well, thank you, beloved. I appreciate you. Okay, and so with that all being said, listen, at the end of the day, don't you guys forget, and for those of you who came in later just tuning in, I'm going to be on Too Strong today, okay? I'm going to be on Too Strong. I'm probably going to stream it on here as well, on my channel. Okay, Reggie says, I've been watching and I think Diddy will be granted bail this time. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of looking like it might. You know? Fat Boo says, Queen, I have a question. What the hell happened to Jay Leno? He was bruised up from head to toe. I mean, bad. Yes, I'm glad you brought that up because that's really sad. He fell down a 60-foot hill. That's what happened to him, beloved. He looks awful. I felt so bad for Jay Leno. Let me see if I have that because I did look at that the other day. He fell down a 60-foot hill at a hotel. Hold on. I had that story somewhere. He was looking pretty beat up. Hold on. I think I sent. Oh, here it is. I'm going to send it to my email or I'm going to upload it so I can show you guys. It's pretty sad. Bless his heart. Okay, still waiting for the next update. So let's let the music play and I'll get that Jay Leno video.
Every stride.
Another Queen Amadaya production.
Difficult to reflect on the darkest times in your life. Sometimes you got to do that. I was fucked up, fucked up, fucked up, fucked up. I was fucked up, fucked up, fucked up, fucked up. I was fucked up, fucked up, fucked up, fucked up. I was fucked up, fucked up, fucked up. When I did it, I was fucked up, fucked up. fucked up. Fucked up. When I did it, I was fucked up. When I did it, I was fucked up. When I did it, I was fucked up. Fucked up. I was fucked up. Fucked up. I hit rock bottom, but I make no excuses. My behavior on that video is inexcusable. I take full responsibility for my actions in that video.
Now you see now, you done fucked up, you know that, don't you? You know you done fucked up.
I'm not going to call P. Diddy a bitch. 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 P. Diddy a bitch.
Sean Combs is a bitch. Yeah. Sean Combs is a bitch. They bitches too. Sean Combs is a bitch. Yeah. Sean Combs is a bitch.
You don't hit women when you're a man. You don't hit women when you're a man. P. Diddy a bitch. 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 P. Diddy a bitch.
Sean Combs is a bitch. Yeah.
I'm not going to call P. Diddy a bitch or any other name like that. But I ain't gonna stop anybody else from doing it. I'm not gonna malign them. P. Diddy a bitch. 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 P. Diddy.
Nobody knows why liars lie. Winners are not allowed to allow losers to rewrite history. It's God's side and the other side. Country bumpkin black dude that can't talk good, overcame it and look like Mr. Potato Head. I didn't want to be a movie star. No, you couldn't be a movie star. Ricky Smiley can't act, cause Ricky Smiley can't act. Why is he in a dress again? He didn't be wanting to Barbie, and you gotta tell him no. Sid ain't got no special, you remember? Eve ain't got no special, you remember? Ricky ain't got no special, you remember? Sir, I have 12 comedy specials. If you Diddy or whoever you is, TDJ, 20 of them. I won't stop burning you down until there ain't nothing left. Rubble on top of rubble, and I'll still be bombing. Look like a wall, Richard. Look like a wall. You didn't say no. Look like a wall, Richard. Look like a wall. You didn't say no.
Okay, we're still waiting for the next update, beloveds. So with that all being said, we'll just keep entertaining ourselves until the time arrives. This is actually lasting longer than I anticipated. That Jay Leno video is uploading.
I'm unapologetically black for all rhymes and reason. I give no apologies for my blackness, giving rhyme or reasons. Black all the time, no matter the time of season. We spice up everything and add our flavor, we the seasoning. Hated by many, but admired by most. We the baddest from the U.S. to the Ivory Coast. We don't have to exert our power, we just simply ghost. We've been put down, let down, and hung out to dry. But through all of it, we still keep our heads to the sky. Black forever, forever. I'm unapologetically black. We rise like unapologetic, yeah, we're the chosen. From the streets to the stage, the power's awoken. Black magic in our veins, feel the motion, warriors of change. Pushing through every notion, no chains can hold us. We break through like oceans, educate, elevate, that's our devotion.
Another Queen Amadaya production.
I'm unapologetically black for all rhymes and reason. I give no apologies for my blackness, giving rhyme or reasons. Black all the time, no matter the time of season. We spice up everything and add our flavor, we the seasoning. Hated by many, but admired by most. We the baddest from the U.S. to the Ivory Coast. We don't have to exert our power, we just simply coast. We've been put down, let down, and hung out to dry. But through all of it, we still keep our heads to the sky. Black forever, forever. I'm unapologetically black. Still pushing through the struggle, can't keep us down. Voices loud from the underground to every town. Shades of excellence, ain't no hiding, won't back down. From the roots to the U.S. in the city's crown. Stay shining bright despite the hate they lay. Our culture's fire burns strong night and day. Black forever, the spirit won't decay. Raise the banner high, cause we here to stay. Sally, stay shine, blue, it'll never I dog, so I cry, Sally. Angel, you command, your thoughts are demands, and it's turn on Sally. I'm unapologetically black for all rhymes and reason. I give no apologies for my blackness, giving rhyme or reasons. Black all the time, no matter the time of season. We spice up everything and add our flavor, we the seasoning. Hated by many, but admired by most. We the baddest from the U.S. to the Ivory Coast. We don't have to exert our power, we just simply coast. We've been put down, let down, and hung out to dry. But through all of it, we still keep our heads to the sky. Black forever, forever. I'm unapologetically black. We rise like unapologetic, yeah, we're the chosen. From the streets to the stage, the power's awoken. Black magic in our veins, feel the motion, warriors of change. Pushing through every notion.
Black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all. I'm blickety black, blacker than black, I'm blacker than black. Y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all. I'm blickety black, blacker than black, I'm blacker than black.
What on earth happened to Jay Leno?
Oh, your poor face.
Look at my eye.
Oh my gosh.
Jay Leno is all bruised up. The left side of his face is black and blue. His eye is swollen shut. And look at his injured wrist.
I broke my wrist, lost the nail on the finger, and then I'm all black and blue.
The comedian says he fell down a 60-foot hill.
I said, well, the hill doesn't look that steep. Let me take it down! And then
You rolled down a hill? Oh, that's not true.
No, that's true.
Jay Leno says he was staying at a Hampton Inn about 30 miles outside of Pittsburgh on Saturday night when he wanted to have dinner at a local restaurant before his show. Instead of walking a mile and a half down the road, he decided to take a shortcut down the hill. Not a good idea. This is believed to be the steep incline he tumbled down.
Well, I hit a bunch of rocks. It was 60 feet.
Incredibly, the famous workaholic legend performed just 3 hours later without even taking a day off to nurse his injuries. Last night, he was back at it again, performing at a comedy show in Beverly Hills. This is just the latest mishap to afflict Leno in recent years. In November 2022, he was severely burned in a fire inside his garage.
I went to the Grossman Burn Center, and I got a new face. That's a brand new ear.
Leno needed skin grafts, and there he is undergoing hyperbaric therapy at the world-renowned Grossman Burn Center in Los Angeles. Tomorrow night, he'll perform at Comedy for a Cause in Hermosa Beach to raise money for the Burn Foundation, his thank you for saving his life.
Will you be able to see again?
It'll be fine. I'm not worried about it.
I really hate to hear that because I like Jay Leno and he's an elder, and that's just sad that he's going through all of this stuff. And then they asked him, will he be able to see out of that eye again? He said he's not worried about it. Bless his heart. Ugh. Prayers for his speedy recovery. I hate to hear stuff like that, especially happening to elders or children. Okay, so we're still waiting, you guys. We're still waiting. So I'm just going to play another video. Let me pull up Reno since some of y'all wanted to hear him with his nefarious self. Hold on, I'm trying to think which one of these. I think it's called Get By. Let me see here. Okay, here we go. Why are my glasses crooked? Okay, here we go. Hold on. We have more information. Hold on. Hold on. Let's go to the information. Uh-oh, I'm on the wrong darn thing. Hold on. Okay, another update just came in. Okay, so it says this is his attorney Garrigo speaking. He says, my client obeys me. For example, on victim 3. Oh, I'm sorry. No. That's something else. Hold on. That's the wrong one. Hold on. I know I just saw one come through. Okay, here it is. Okay. AUSA says, consider witness 1 a participant in multiple freak-offs. Defendant continued to contact witness 1 after counsel was retained. The Instagram post was planned for a week using Contact Me ASAP and other inmates' codes. So then, AUSA then goes on to say, it says his family members said the lawyers say not to do it, and the defendant responds, I don't care. It's my birthday. Ms. Shapiro, then the judge says, Ms. Shapiro said sharing codes is common and the conduct was covered by the First Amendment. AUSA then says, BOP handbook prohibits this. Okay, so I want you all to pay attention because the judge is going along with Diddy's side. For the most part, the judge is going along with what Diddy is saying. The prosecution, it doesn't look like it's going in their favor thus far. They said the BOP handbook prohibits this. And BOP is the Bureau of Prisons. But here's the thing. If it's covered, hold on. Now, even though it may be, because here's the judge's point, or here's what the defense said days ago in the emergency hearing. They didn't say that it wasn't against the policy at BOP, but they said basically that everybody does it regardless. So if everybody does it, nobody says anything to the rest of them, why are they saying something about Diddy doing exactly what everyone does? Because it's commonplace. That's what the defense's argument was. And so the judge is saying the same thing. The judge is saying the same thing, saying that this is common and the conduct is covered by the First Amendment. So, here's the thing with that. Even if it's not their policy, if it's covered by the First Amendment, then he can do it. Okay? You can't deprive him of his First Amendment right. Poetical Wind said, crooked system. He probably been at a few parties himself. Okay, I don't know what's going on. This is all so sketchy. Okay, but anyway, let's go back to the video until we get more information. Deborah said the fix is in. Diddy got something on the judge. I told y'all, I think Diddy and I think the feds is just playing the role. I think that something's going on behind the scenes. I've been told you all this. Okay? Told you guys this is something that shady is going on as far as I'm concerned. Well, but anyway, we'll see how it all pans out today. Okay, here we go.
Marcus on the beat.
Sometimes a nigga don't feel right. Pain on my brain, will I let go? God, can you help me cause I feel blind? Things getting harder on this side. And you wonder why a nigga get high. Cause marijuana help a nigga get by. Catch me with the spliff like Marley in this bitch. Hard be in this shit, so I hardly take offense when niggas hate. Focusing on my plate, these niggas knocking your dreams. It seems I can't relate. Damn near 10 years and still doing my thing. Something about the struggle just make a nigga go ape. But if you ask me, every nigga's an athlete, or they sitting in backseats writing lyrics to make a way. I'm not a stereotype, I'm just a stereotype. And my influences been doing this since I was like about the height of a fire hydrant. Now I write till I'm the height. Hit a nigga throne and start a heist. Never drop the mic. You could rob a dyke or ride a bike. I don't give a fuck what you niggas do. I got shit to do, nigga move. I got shit to prove till I'm taking your bitch on a cruise. And my like on 22, nigga. Sometimes a nigga don't feel right. Pain on my brain, will I let go? God, can you help me cause I feel blind? Things getting harder on this side. And you wonder why a nigga get high. Cause marijuana help a nigga get by. Sometimes a nigga don't feel right. Pain on my brain, will I let go? God, can you help me cause I feel blind? Things getting harder on this side. And you wonder why a nigga get high. Cause marijuana help a nigga get by. Okay, challenge. Leave your phone unlocked and let me go throughout your notes and see if you niggas got talent. I'm caught between depression and determination at its most highest peak. That's why a nigga gotta find a balance. I find belief in higher power over my advantage. Cause I done seen demons do damage and preachers can't stand it. When a nigga got a new perspective. And if I fuck a big booty bitch, won't make it to heaven. You telling me the sin that I'm doing gon' block my blessings. If I was popping pills just to cope with my new depression, then I'ma go to hell, it's already on earth. Niggas escaping, they hurt. Fuck having faith in the afterlife, that ain't even for sure. I mix Henny with Coke and Sprite, then my demons occur. I'm just human, you living right, we gon' see if it works. But if it's fake, then ain't no coming back, you in a hearse. I'd rather take my fucking chances, just live in the curse. My nigga. Sometimes a nigga don't feel right. Pain on my brain, will I let go? God, can you help me cause I feel blind? Things getting harder on this side. And you wonder why a nigga get high. Cause marijuana help a nigga get by. Sometimes a nigga don't feel right. Pain on my brain, will I let go? God, can you help me cause I feel blind? Things getting harder on this side. And you wonder why a nigga get high. Cause marijuana help a nigga get by.
Oh, yeah, I noticed I was muted, beloved. Thank you. I forgot. Okay, so let's see what's going on here. Okay, still waiting for the next update. Let me see if any of the channels are reporting anything on this. Any of the news channels. Like if they're having any discussions. Let's go to law and crime and see what they're talking about. Because they usually have some experts on there. Okay, so we're going to go to law and crime. See what they're talking about. I'm going to put an overlay on here so I don't have any issues.
Become indefensible.
All right, we have another other update. Prosecutor says this is more similar to the cases where detention was ordered, talking about R. Kelly, Keith Raniere, Larry Ray. Bradford, if you're sitting in that courtroom and you're representing Sean Combs and the prosecution mentions these other people, R. Kelly was charged with sex trafficking and racketeering. How do you distinguish Sean Combs from those cases?
Well, the funny thing is, and it's not that funny, is that different areas have different issues with bond and how bond packages are done.
Okay, so they have another update, part of what he just said, and then there's another one. Okay, it says, just like he said, this is more similar to the cases where detention was ordered. Hashtag R. Kelly, Keith Raniere, Larry Ray, and there's a book on Ray, supposedly. Okay, then it says, AUSA says, defendant has used at least 8 inmates' codes. He's bought them. The judge says, they say contact me ASAP operates through TrueLinks. Okay, TrueLinks, Trust Fund Limited Inmate Computer System. And then AUSA says, it's not permitted. In the Jeffries, one is detained. The judge says, a foreign national. The judge doesn't seem like he's trying to hear what the prosecutors are talking about. I think Diddy's about to get out, y'all. I think Diddy's about to get out. Please pay attention. The judge seems like he is not hearing what they're saying. Like he's not even trying to hear it.
In the R. Kelly case, I don't think, number one is they came up with $50 million. They didn't have 24-hour security. They didn't have electronic monitor, taking away his cell phones, his computers, etc. They didn't have any of that. So if you want to compare apples to apples, I think, and my opinion, is that the best case scenario is that Abercrombie & Fitch CEO. I keep going back to it. It happened very soon in time. It was in an area that is right next to New York City, which is the Eastern District. He was allowed to surrender. He was given a $10 million bond. The guy still, nobody even knows. If I was in a room with the CEO of Abercrombie & Fitch, I wouldn't know him from anyone, right? If I'm in a room with Sean Combs, I'm going to recognize him right away. So it's a little bit of a different situation. The CEO of Abercrombie & Fitch can disappear to Morocco. No one's going to recognize the guy.
Have you seen his face? He's got a quite a distinguishable face, but that's a separate kind of issue. But anyway, yeah.
I have. But and the common man does not know who the CEO of Abercrombie & Fitch is. I would argue that Sean Combs is known pretty much worldwide, especially even at this point. And that, I think, lends itself to, really distinguishing him from the rest of these individuals. And we always say, like, hey, money does this or money does that. And it's true. Someone without substance might not be getting a bond on this case. But that's the whole point of bond, is that it shows your commitment to appear in court, to not violate the rules, to do these certain things. So as you have more money, obviously the bond is higher in amount to make that more of a damaging thing. Like, someone worth $100 million, if I put up 50, that's really hurts me, right? It's just like if someone was $100 and they put up 50. So the thing is that that's the difference between Sean Combs and these other cases, is that his bond package is completely different than what was being offered in those other cases. And the fact I can't get beyond the fact that he just stuck around. He didn't go anywhere. Not that he could have. I'm sure the feds had their eyes on him 24/7 before they filed charges. But he stuck around. He didn't go anywhere. He informed them of where he was flying, when he was flying, where he was going, when he was going during that whole period of time. And then when he knows that he's going to be arrested, he flies to New York in preparation. And instead of allowing him to surrender, like they would allow anyone, I mean, he's there to surrender. Instead of allowing him to surrender, which a judge would have looked upon that favorably and said, oh, he surrendered himself, they go to his hotel and they pick him up at 9 o'clock at night. It was a real, to me, spit in the face. And I think the reason they did that is because they knew that Sean Combs was trying to organize this PR thing and was trying to put on a good show in terms of, hey, listen, mea culpa, I didn't mean anything on this video, and I'm going to rehab, and all these things that are good for his case. They got, I think, frustrated that the perception was starting to sway a little bit. And then that Cassie tape came out and perception kind of went down the toilet, because once you see it on video, it's very difficult to then you see all your friends kind of abandon you. So, you know, it just frustrates me when you got a guy that is willing to do all these things and you still, don't want to agree to a bond.
So I know we've been keeping you guys for a while. We're going to take a break. Before we do, I want to get some final thoughts, but I want to give you some updates from court. And Brian, I'll start with you on this. The judge just said, I suggest both parties put in letters by Monday at noon about what type of communications Mr. Combs may engage in. Monday at noon. So that's interesting to think about. What is he mean? He's going to be out or he's not going to be out? But his lawyer, Combs' lawyer, Tony Rico, said, we have to email for a week to get him a file folder. Then he said his adult children are willing to obey. He's not a lawless person. We spent hours at the MDC. Mr. Combs was writing down what I said. He's not out of control. DOJ is responsible for the MDC. Those phone calls from me all the time, and I hang up. Just your thoughts on what we're hearing here.
I go back to it. I think this judge is really giving serious consideration to allowing him out and trying to figure out a way to do so where the government's concerns are alleviated, to stop communications, to prevent the wrong kind of communications. A lot of the listeners that have asked questions are seeing, justice play out here, and what a difference a judge makes. There are a lot of judges I just listened to Bradford's arguments, all brilliant, that would listen to it and say, thank you very much, have a seat, denied. This is one of those judges that listens. This is one of those judges that balances. And what a difference a judge makes. And he could very well, if not today, Monday, make a decision that's favorable to Mr. Combs.
So speaking of which, we have another update. Mr. Rico, again, his attorney says he has access to cell phones in the MDC, but not under our conditions. He fights, he kicks, he makes phone calls. This can be addressed. Thank you. Judge says we're going to get a decision out prompt next week. Bradford.
Yeah, I think that's the smart thing to do. Listen, smart judges don't just make decisions off cuff, right? They go back to their chambers. They think about.
Okay, so it's over with, you guys. It's over with. The judge just said adjourned. So this is obviously going to be concluded on Monday. This is likely going to be concluded on Monday because the judge just said that he would see them promptly next week. Okay, we're going to get a decision out prompt next week. And then he says Monday adjourned. Okay, so there you have it. There you have it. This is over with. They did not let Diddy out, but they didn't say that he can't get out. They're going to adjourn, or they're adjourned for the day, and they're going to have the information as to whether or not he'll be out on next week from the sounds of it. Okay, so I guess we'll see everybody coming up out of the courtroom at this point. All right. Well, It's looking like he's getting out. Truth Brown said he's getting out. I say the same thing, beloved. I can feel it. I feel it. I feel Diddy getting out in my spirit. Okay. Why did the judge adjourn? Because it's over. Because they're going to continue next week. Because the judge is not ready to render his decision. The judge doesn't want to do this on the fly. He wants to make sure he has all of the facts and everything. And he wants to know that if he lets Diddy out, is the defense going to guarantee that Diddy's not going to do anything that concerns the prosecution? And I think that the judge doesn't think that Diddy's going to do anything, but he wants the prosecution to be sure. Okay, that's what it sounds like, honey. Please pay attention. It looks like Diddy's gonna get up out of there in time for Thanksgiving. Okay, because this is gonna happen on Monday. So Diddy's gonna be home for Thanksgiving. I want y'all to pay attention. I want y'all to pay attention. Lord, Diddy, please don't come after the queen, honey. Diddy, please don't come after the queen if you get out of there. Okay? I'm just doing my due diligence and reporting the stuff as it's presented, Diddy. Okay, please don't come for me. Please don't come for the queen. Royals, y'all got my back, right? Reggie said the world is a stage. You already know, honey. This is the Truman Show. Please pay attention. Lord have mercy. I'm going to have to bolt my windows and lock the doors. Okay? I'm going to have to stay strapped if Diddy gets out. Pay attention. Truth Brown said, LL, we got your back, queen. Thank you, beloved. I'm going to need it. Okay? I'm going to need it, honey. They got people going knocking on people's doors. Deborah said the judge doesn't want to be too obvious. Yeah, exactly. And that's what I said about the fans. Because if he gets out, I think the fans are in on it. Okay, I think the fans are in on it because they doing all this BS, and they're the ones trying to make it not look so obvious, in my opinion. Okay, that's exactly what I think. All right, this is all nefarious. Oh my goodness, Diddy is going to be out for Thanksgiving, y'all. Aqua Girl Rising said, "We got you, Queen, and you already stay strapped." Thank you, beloved. Okay. Christopher says, "Keep your strap by you at all times, Queen." You know I will. Nita to Mike's World said, "Don't come for the Queen." Y'all are something else. Red Wine Entertainment says, "Diddy better sit down somewhere." Okay, so listen, we're gonna be out of here. With that all being said, don't forget I'm gonna be on Too Strong TV. I'm likely gonna be streaming it on here as well. So that will probably it's 4 o'clock now. So that's going to probably be about 5:30 or 6. Okay, about 5:30 or 6 I'll be on there because I told him I would let him know exactly the time once this is over. Okay. Fabu said more celebrities scrambling and scraping. Exactly. All right, so there you have it. There you have it. I'm trying to see who's coming up out of here. Luna said, no, he is. And Luna said he's not getting out, period. I think he is, beloved, because if the judge was going to say no, think about it. If the judge was going to say no, he would likely have already said it. Deborah said Ellen already moved to the UK. Yeah, she did, her and Portia, and said they're not ever coming back. I repeat, they said they're not ever coming back. Perplex said another blazing session. Love you, Queen. We have been thoroughly entertained. Thank you, beloved. Okay. Deronda says scratching and surviving. About damn time said bye, Ellen. Bye, wigs. Okay, shout out to the wigs. Okay. Cut from a different cloth says judge just covering his tracks. This is all crazy. Let's see who's coming out because they may try to interview his attorneys once they get outside. They may want to speak to them like they did last time. This looks like it's absolutely going in Diddy's favor for me. That's what it looks like. This looks like it's going to Diddy's favor, honey. Love Her said, I bet Jag is on pins and needles. Why would she be on pins and needles, honey? Jag ain't scared of Diddy. Aqua Girl right and said, poor Portia, she's trapped now. Okay. I need Ellen to tell us what really happened to Twitch. That's what I need to hear from Ellen. Luna said Diddy is the new Nino Brown. Okay, so here's what they say also, you guys. Definitely after the letters due Monday at noon. Okay, so the letters from the prosecution and defense, those are supposed to be submitted Monday at noon. And yeah, before Thanksgiving. Before Thanksgiving, honey. Please pay attention. Diddy's gonna be home to eat turkey, y'all. Diddy's gonna be home to eat turkey, you guys. Joyce says he broke rules out of jail and when he was imprisoned, So as long as he says what they want to hear, he can do whatever he wants. I think the fact that the prosecution edited the video likely had something to do with it. And also them basically, or basically the guy from Abercrombie and Fitch, Michael Jeffries, him getting bail. Okay, him getting bail, the judge is like, okay, if he can get bail, how come Diddy can't? That's what it looks like the judge is basically saying. Like he's going to let him out. I think he's definitely going to let him out on Monday. This is all crazy. The Griff side dies hard here says, I thought it was because the other guy was nonviolent. No, they said that Michael Jeffries allegedly committed, if memory serves me correct, they said that he was engaging in alleged intimidation of witnesses as well. That's what they basically said. Reggie said, so the video was a context thing and they argued fake video. Well, here's the thing. I believe the video may have been about 20 minutes long because the defense wrote a letter to the judge saying that they were prepared to bring a 20-minute video and also to have McCourt, I think the guy's name is McCourt, I forget his first name, a forensic analyst, to have him to come in and give expert testimony as to the fact that the video has been altered in some way. Okay, so he didn't come in, I don't think, because they never mentioned him in any of the updates. So the judge probably didn't need to hear from him. He's just going to take the defense's word for it, apparently, which further makes me think that Diddy's going to get out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a reading on Diddy. I'm going to do a reading on Diddy tonight and see what it says. Okay. I actually should have done one last night if I had been thinking, but clearly I wasn't. Reggie says, right, an expert. Yes. Diddy getting out for Thanksgiving is definitely something not to be thankful for. Yeah, he's definitely not getting out today. They got to handle this on Monday. Vote blue no matter who. Oh my goodness. This is just, see, I just want you all to pay attention because if Diddy gets out on Monday, which I absolutely believe that he will, just remember that you heard it here first. I told you guys that the feds were going to mess around and Diddy was going to get out of jail. I told you guys that because they were just doing too much. They were just doing too darn much. Christopher says, Queen, will you do a reading on me? Sure, I will, beloved, for a small fee. Okay. This is all so nefarious. Mm. Let me make sure there's nothing else. So to be continued next week, guys. Listen, you guys, I'm going to tell you this. At the end of the day, the prosecution has not satisfactorily convinced the judge that Diddy has in fact engaged in tampering or intimidation of witnesses. They have obviously not convinced the judge of that to his satisfaction, because had they, we would not be sitting here waiting until Monday to find out the decision. Okay, so the prosecution's not doing their job. The prosecution is not doing their job because they have not convinced the judge, okay, that Diddy's a threat, a danger, a flight risk. The judge is not convinced of any of it, okay? And this is why they're going to have to come back Monday. So over the weekend, they better be getting it popping, trying to figure out how they can come up with a strategy, a plan, or something. Otherwise, Diddy's going to be home for Thanksgiving, okay? Otherwise, Diddy will be home for Thanksgiving. This is all so nefarious. Diddy's ass is about to get out. Lord have mercy. Diddy's about to get out, y'all, from the looks of it, from the sounds of it. Like I said, unless the prosecution comes up with some very compelling evidence over the weekend to keep him in there, Diddy's going home Monday. Okay? Because the judge is clearly not convinced. And he says, I think he ain't getting out if he told on people. I think he ain't getting out if he told on people. If he told on people, he would definitely be getting out. There go the twins and Christian. Okay, so let's see what the attorneys, if they say anything when they come out. Did the attorneys come out yet, you guys? Because I'm sorry, I was multitasking. Did the attorneys? I don't think they came out yet, right? So the judge can change his mind over the weekend if the prosecution hems it up, right? Well, the judge hasn't made his mind up, beloved. He hasn't made his mind up. But what'll happen is if they come in there with some convincing evidence that makes the judge think he's a danger or a flight risk, then Diddy will not get out next week. But if not, Diddy's going to get up out of there. Please pay attention. The judge has given us too many indications that he's going to let him out. He keeps bringing up that Michael Jeffries from Amber Crawford and Fitch situation. Okay. And then he's telling them when they're saying Diddy's taking other people's phone privileges, he's saying that's basically commonplace. Love Her said somebody came out the doors. I don't know if it was attorneys. Okay. I've got to get out of here so I can get ready for this next live. Lord, y'all mean to tell me Diddy is going to be home for Thanksgiving? Reggie said the judge just trying to convince himself, but he has to release Diddy. You know, whether we like Diddy or not, whether we think he's guilty or not, the bottom line is you have certain rights, okay? You have certain rights. And here's the thing. I forgot to mention this earlier. Somebody said in the chat, I can't remember who it was, but they said something about the paperwork that they confiscated out of Diddy's cell during the raid. They said something about witness intimidation is not protected by the First Amendment or something like that. Well, here's the thing. Yeah, it isn't. But the bottom line is if the feds illegally obtained that information, which has not been proven that they did or didn't as of yet, if they illegally obtained his information, then with that all being said, they can't use it, even if they found out that he intimidated witnesses, if they found it out via those notes that he took, okay, they can't use it if they illegally got it. Okay, so like I said, I'm going to be live on Too Strong's channel. I'm going to stream it on here as well. So you all make sure you tune in, okay? Make sure you tune in, turn your notifications on. All right, so it looks like the attorneys are taking all day. I don't have time to wait because I got stuff to do. I have to get my receipts together. Reggie said, this is all because of Investigator One. Yes, pretty much. Pretty much. Okay, because Investigator One is who was supposed to be monitoring Diddy's communications and all of that. And then was right there when the photos of the notes and stuff were taken. Reggie said they finna be lucky to have Queen. Can't wait. Thank you, beloved. The Griff Dies Hard here says, I'm in shock. I can't believe it. Honey, I can't believe it. Well, I can believe it. Clearly, I don't want to believe it, but I can absolutely believe it because I told y'all this last week. I told y'all this last week, and even prior to that, I told you guys that the feds look like they're purposely doing bullshit so Diddy can get out of there. Green Bean Potato says, who else loves Thanksgiving? Honey, we know you love it. That's for sure. Okay, you literally named yourself after items on the menu for Thanksgiving. Green beans, potatoes, tomatoes, you name it. Sit down somewhere. Love Her said, is there a link to the live stream? No, not as yet. Not as of yet. We haven't, he hasn't made the link yet. Okay, because we hadn't decided on the exact time. So once he makes the link, then I'll share it on my community tab for YouTube and also on Twitter or X. Why are y'all laughing? I didn't even say anything funny. I was being serious. Lorraine said the judge is waiting for the check to clear by Monday. Y'all are something else. Y'all are something else. Leave that judge alone, honey. He could be on the up and up. He could absolutely be on the up and up. Please pay attention. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Listen, if they do by chance give an interview afterwards, I'll just show them the next live, I guess. But maybe they went out the back door. Who knows? Okay, Reggie. Reggie said he's a member of Too Strong, so he'll get the notifications. Okay, beloved. Great. Okay, so that all being said, you all enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you all in the next chat. Don't forget to turn on those notifications because me and Too Strong is going to be filming live. All right? And we're going to be talking about this whole Diddy debacle. December White said, who else hates Thanksgiving? Okay. M. Penny says, stay on, Queen. That's why he ain't getting out. Okay, so anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and conclude. I don't see them coming out of here. I don't see them coming out of here at this point. Hold on, who is this? Hold on, let's wait about 2 more minutes. I see somebody inside of there in a suit. Not sure if that's Mark Agnifilo or not. I really don't want to miss it, but at the same time, I can't keep waiting. Okay, so anyway, with that all being said, listen, I love you all to life. I hope you enjoy the rest of this beautiful day. Don't forget to tune in, keep those notifications on. And with that all being said, I will talk to you all again soon. In the meantime, between time, each one teach one. That's how we grow and thrive. Do something productive, constructive, but never destructive. And always remember, beloveds, to keep the Most High first in your lives. Peace.
Gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen. Why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunta. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations, America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now. That's See right. A bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all in Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy. I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threats. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece, this time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen. Why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen. Why they hate